and both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Brunson. Last game out, 36 points for him. Lets it go from deep. And the Knicks, another three.
Don't let Brunson get hot. I mean, he'll answer all game long.
For three. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now here's Brunson. He has 6. Towns passes to Bridges. Here's Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. The shot comes out. San Antonio's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. All right, Grant, can you talk about what Jalen Brunson has brought to the Knicks?
You know, B.A., he's made them relevant again. New York can be a demand. Demanding place to play with the expectations and the media. But he's taken the bull by the horns and had immediate success.
They get it again. Another shot. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Brunson's got 8.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Here's Champagnie. He's covered by Hart. And unable to get the Go-ahead bucket there. For New York, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Back to Brunson. There's the 3. Drills it from deep. He's got 11.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. New York making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Well, you can see Castle's vision improving, learning how to make good feeds around an NBA-level defense.
Towns passes to Brunson. It's Bridges on the wing. Towns outside. Hart from long range. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Towns has got 3 assists now in this one. Back to Fox. Pass to Champagnie. From deep. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Brunson. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It goes on Stephon Castle.
And each year, Brunson seems to get better, and that's a testament to his impressive work ethic and drive.
That free throw good from Brunson. And he sinks the second. The last one's off. They'll settle for 2. Stan, the big man, Victor Wembanyama, has set a new standard for shot blocking.
Yeah, look, B.A., we've had some great rim protectors in this league, but he can also do it on the perimeter. I've seen guys turn down three-point looks because he's standing in front of them.
Pure from three-point range.
I love watching Fox distribute the ball, knowing it's part of his role to involve his teammates.
Brunson with the bucket.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Spurs trail by 4. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Mike Brown had a few moments to share with me. Coach said they need to stop Fox from dribble driving as he can dismantle a defense if he gets inside. He told me the problem with Fox is he's just so fast. You can't slow him down with just one guy. So Coach wants his help defenders alert and within range to help when needed. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks.
And, man, you got to appreciate how efficient Brunson is. I mean, he takes and makes high-percentage shots.
Champagnie hits a three-pointer. Champagnie's got 12 points.
Knowing his team needs a lift, he's putting them on his back.
Pass to Brunson. Here's Towns. Back to Brunson. New York working the ball around now. The three ball. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Fast break. Here comes New York. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on De'Aaron Fox.
Second team foul.
Nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
At the line.
The first free throw is good. And some changes here for New York. Clarkson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Jose Alvarado in for Brunson. San Antonio also making some changes. Kornet's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Keldon Johnson comes in for Champagnie. And it's Harper in for Fox. Spurs trail by 5. Robinson with a double. Got a piece of it. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Now here's Hart. He's got 5 to the left side wing. Pass to Robinson. Back to Hart. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
It's been all about Jalen Brunson for the Knicks. Oh, what a quarter. He was absolutely on. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from New York, what's your take so far?
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
All right, and now you want to see them sustain this relentlessness for the entire game because it's clearly paying off.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Johnson and Barnes, your small and power forwards. Stephon Castle is out there with Harper. And it's Kornet in at the center position, locking down the middle. On the wing, Clarkson. Pass to Diawara. Stripped away. Here's Harper. He's scoreless. Fires the 3. Kicks it out to Barnes. It's Barnes on the wing. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges. And let's look at the Western Conference standings as the playoffs approach. You look at San Antonio, with the playoffs fast approaching, they are well positioned at second place in the conference.
Well, right now for the Spurs, they have to be proud of what they accomplished so far. But they also feel they've left some wins on the table and that their best basketball is yet to come.
New York making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. Sinks it from distance.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Lets it go. Harper misses. New York leading by 5. Pass to Alvarado. 4-3. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, one of the great things about Anunoby is he can take on so many roles. If he needs to facilitate, he can do that.
The 3, Vassell. The Knicks with the rebound. And going against San Antonio, their first meeting of the year.
And somewhat surprisingly, the club split their 2 meetings last year.
Yeah, these non-conference matchups are a good measuring stick for a team. Taking on less familiar opponents can tell you a lot.
Towns, he's checked in for Robinson. San Antonio also making some changes. Olynyk comes in for Kornet, and Fox is subbed in for Harper. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Pass to Bridges. To the wing, right side. Here's Alvarado. Tipped.
Hard to get over that near 7-foot frame of Olynyk.
And let's take a look now at some numbers for De'Aaron Fox.
Over the past 10 games, his effective field goal percentage has really taken a tumble. In layman's terms, his offense just isn't as well-rounded as it could be right now.
Just 5 to shoot. Clarkson for 3. Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point, but it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter, but, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
Outside Anunoby. New York working the ball around now. Knocks down the triple. And the Knicks lead by 9.
And that is the shot they want Anunoby to take, and he excels in the catch and shoot.
Barnes passes to Fox. And here's Vassell from the arc. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this one.
He buries it from 3.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And some changes here for New York. Robinson, he's checked in for Bridges. Shamet comes in for Clarkson. And Brunson is subbed in for Alvarado. San Antonio also making some changes. Wembanyama comes in for Barnes. And it's Harper in for Castle.
Well, he's already got 9 points from three-point range. They need to pay attention to him wherever he is.
All right, Stan, Devin Vassell, a proven scorer, now with some experience under his belt. What do you make of him?
Well, he's definitely an interesting player, B.A. The important thing for him is focusing on taking more high-percentage shots.
Robinson with a steal. Fast break, New York. Here's Brunson. And Brunson running the floor. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Knicks?
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. OG Anunoby is so disruptive. He's led the league in steals. And he said, I want to be the defensive player of the year. I've always thought I was the best defender in the league. I'm athletic enough, strong enough, and smart enough to defend every single position. Brian?
Very confident. Thanks much for the report, Allie. San Antonio shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. Free throw good, Wembanyama.
And with the 8-foot wingspan of Wembanyama, it feels like he releases the ball halfway to the bucket.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Brunson surveys. And the ball out of play. The Spurs will have it. With a short break, we look at some of the stingiest defenses in the NBA. 5th on the list, the Knicks.
Where this team really makes an impact is on the defensive end. They're a unified front that doesn't make it easy at all to find open looks. Good heads-up basketball, sees an opening, and capitalizes.
Pass to Shamet. Anunoby on the wing. The 3 is up. Counted from distance. Anunoby's got 6 in the quarter.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
New York leading by 6. Out to the right wing. Brunson against Fox. And Brunson with the bucket on the assist by Towns. Towns has got 5 assists tonight.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Towns finds Brunson. That 3's off the mark. Spurs trail by 7. Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. Outside Olynyk. Here's Wembanyama to the right side. From deep, Harper. He got a piece of it.
Yeah, Anunoby's such a valuable defender because he can do so many things. I mean, that's great defense.
9 seconds left in the second quarter. The three, Vassell. The basket's good. Off the assist from Fox.
3-point total.
Fox has got 4 assists in the game. Here's Brunson. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Knicks out in front. They lead by 4. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
And when you're down at the bottom of a list like this, always a tough place to be.
Yep, you could send some of those teams to Cancun.
And we return our attention to tonight's featured game as the Knicks had a closely contested first half.
The front office made...
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jalen Brunson in this game, he's been everywhere.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
We've got OG Anunoby. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Brunson in at point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Champagnie shot is off. New York leading by 7. Towns with the ball. Castle covering. Pass to Brunson. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Oh, too easy for Wemby. Nice finish.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Back to Brunson. This one for 3. And the Knicks, another 3.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Castle outside. From outside the arc. Got a hand on it.
Tenacious defense. Bridges covers so well.
Anunoby passes to Towns. Outside Brunson. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Towns has got his 6th assist of the night. And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
City
90 seconds into the second half now. Pass to Castle. Here's Champagnie. No good on the triple.
Not a great start to the second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Brunson misses.
Their first miss after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
Over to the left wing. Here's Champagnie. Off target from outside.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
Brunson misses.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Vassell's shot is good.
And he's really made his mark with the three-pointer today. And that's another big one.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in hurry.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Wembanyama. That one goes in. Wembanyama's got 4 points in the quarter.
And once he gets deep enough positioning, there's not much you can do to stop Wemby.
Outside Hart. And here's Brunson from the arc. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Out to the right wing. Launches it. Champagnie shot is off.
Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite gotten his touchback since the break.
Rebounded by Castle. Spurs trail by 12. Pass to Champagnie. Now here's Vassell from downtown. Nice D from Bridges. Outside Hart. Out left to the wing. Here's Brunson outside. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got rebound number 7 tonight. Champagnie, the pass to Fox. Pulls up. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Towns finds Hart. New York working the ball around now.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Anunoby on the wing. He's covered by Fox. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brunson. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Good. Another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. Robinson, he's checked in for New York. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Such an unselfish player. Fox with the assist. De'Aaron is someone teammates love having on their side.
Brunson way outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Spurs trail by 12. Outside Barnes. Pass to Champagnie. Here's Castle. Fox for 3. Ooh, the triple falls for De'Aaron Fox.
Over his career, Fox has increased his three-point attempts, gotten much more comfortable with his jump.
Outside Brunson. No good with the triple.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
On the wing, Fox fires the 3. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. And stolen by Bridges. Towns with the ball. He's picked up by Barnes. Cat doing what he does.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Barnes finds Fox. Again, the miss by Fox. Knicks leading by 11. Right side Hart. Back to Towns. Outside Brunson. Let's go with a 3. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. New York out in front. They lead by 11. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All right, on the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. At the forward slots, it's Vassell and Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Harper. And it's Cornette in at the 5. Outside Anunoby. Back to Alvarado. There's the triple. Rebound by San Antonio. Pass to Harper from the arc. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Alvarado, pass to Towns. Now Clarkson. Here's Alvarado. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
And Harper with a basket on the assist from Barnes.
And give them credit on the job they've done to narrow the gap with this big run.
New York leading by 3. Towns with the ball. On the wing, Clarkson. Back to Towns. Pass to Alvarado. And the Knicks miss again.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
That ties the game.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. New York making a switch here. Hart's checked in, and San Antonio with a change here too. Champagne's checked in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan with his team. Coach wasn't very animated in this tight game, but asked this of his team. How bad do you want it? Right now, this is all about who wants it more. So go out there and take it, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Spurs trail by 3. On the wing, Fox. San Antonio moving the ball around. From deep, Harper. They get it again. Out to Fox. And stolen by Alvarado. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Fournette with it, and Clarkson picks him up defensively. And Harper gets it to go.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
Outside Hart. Here's Alvarado. The long distance three is buried.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
Pass to Champagnie. Here's Harper. Three-pointer. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Hart outside. Outside Anunoby. The triple drops.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more.
Bridges, he's checked in for New York. Brunson comes in for Alvarado. Victor Wembanyama's checked in for San Antonio. Castle comes in for Harper. Now Vassell from deep. Knocks down the trifecta.
Bombs away in the first half. He's followed up the effort with 3 more triples since.
The Knicks with the lead. And here's Brunson. Beyond the arc. And again for 3.
And he's now set the team record for most threes in a single game. What a shot he's got.
A lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure the next one's going in. Let's loose for 3. Money from 3.
And neither side right now giving an inch. We'll see who cracks first.
A minute 50 left in the final quarter. Puts up the tray. Wembanyama there for the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Stolen by Bridges. Fast break. Here comes New York. Now Hart. Outside Bridges. Here's Anunoby. Now Brunson. Shoots a 3. Good! Another from 3.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been.
Yeah, moving alongside Curry's mark from 2016. That was the top spot until Clay took it.
Outside Bridges. Outside Brunson. He launches. Vassell there for the rebound. Well, the Spurs shooting it well, around 55% for the game. To tie it up, he gets the layup.
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
35 seconds left to play in the fourth. Connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. And that three pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget.
Yeah, amazing indeed. 14 triples alongside Captain Clay Thompson, that is.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Here's Anunoby from downtown. And he nails it.
And they do have a foul to give if needed.
And so it's Mitch Johnson here calling timeout. There is a lot on the line. And he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick one.
And it's Mike Brown calling timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Brunson. And yes, another basket.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. And so the big win by New York in a tight game. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.
And a big game here for both teams, Clark, as they jockey for playoff position.
Well, we know playoff seeding can make a huge difference in how you advance or not in the playoffs, and being in a position to secure home court is certainly something you'd like to have. So I wouldn't be surprised to see these teams treat this just like a playoff game.
And the starting group for the Spurs, Fox and Castle are their guards. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie in at the 4. And so here is New York following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Bridges for 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Here's Champagnie. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Over to the wing. And here's Brunson outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brunson's got his second bucket of the night.
If Brunson gets space from beyond the arc, expect him to let it fly. He's extremely confident in his abilities.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Gotta love that effort for the second chance point.
New York's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Bridges passes to Brunson. And again, New York with the triple.
And the offense, 3 or 4, solid start for this game.
Pass to Champagnie. Vassell right side. Here's Castle. And the rejection by Towns. It's Brunson, top of the key. It's deflected. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. From the arc, Devin Vassell, and that's good. Vassell's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Spurs. And this has got to be, Clark, one of the best offenses in Knicks franchise history.
Yeah, you look at the two-man game between Brunson and Town, Kevin, and it's virtually unstoppable. And they've got the defenders to hold up at the other end as well. This is a rock-solid crew.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
Well, Mike Brown had a few moments to share with me. I wanted to know what his defensive scheme was against De'Aaron Fox, and he told me we need to limit transition opportunities because that's when he's really dangerous. Speed is one of his biggest strengths, so we need to slow the game down to our pace. Let's see if they're able to accomplish it. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thank you. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They trail by 1. Over to the left wing. Launches a 3. Brunson with another miss. The Spurs have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. In the corner, it's Bridges. And a miss there on the triple. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range.
And no help on that one. Towns, long stride. And all the way to the rack. Way to go, big fella.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. Clarkson comes in for Bridges. Barnes, he's checked in for the Spurs. Harper comes in for Stephon Castle. New York's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, Hart finds Brunson. Back to Hart. Pocket 6. Three-pointer. And there's Brunson. That's good on the assist by Hart.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Harper dishes to Barnes. Pass to Champagnie. Clarkson against Fox. Wembanyama, a screen on Clarkson. And Fox gets it to go.
Wow, Fox hitting them right back with that aggressive take.
Brunson scanning the floor. Some nice passing by New York here. Clark kicks to Brunson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Clark, how about the spark Jalen Brunson has brought to these Knicks?
Yeah, I tell you, I didn't see it coming in terms of how good Jalen Brunson has been, Kevin. I mean, I knew he was great in college, and I knew he would be a good pro, but to be kind of a franchise player, that's more than I expected. Playoff runs in all 3 years for Brunson in New York. Boy, he's given the franchise a jolt for sure, and he's a joy to watch.
And both free throws good for Brunson.
When you send somebody like him to the line, it's pretty much easy money.
Barnes outside. Outside Harper. Pass to Champagnie. From deep. Robinson pulls it in.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Brunson has really developed into such a leader on the floor. He was that way in college. Quiet but assertive, controls the pace and tempo of the game, creates space for his teammates. He's really a coach on the floor in many respects.
Here's Clarkson following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Brunson fires from way outside, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Shot by Champagnie, no good. The Knicks leading by 5. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And he can't get the first one.
And, you know, Robinson's length is really impressive, and he uses it quite well to wipe away shots. He is an elite rim protector.
Second free throw, no good. Here's Johnson. Lays it up and banks it in.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Jalen Brunson has been on display for New York. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Don't go anywhere. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And another thing, Coach will be thrilled with the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Castle is in at shooting guard with Johnson at the small forward. Barnes out there with Luke Cornett, and it's Harper in at the point.
Now that's how you finish with authority. Show him how it's done, young fella. Stephon Castle is a problem.
The Knicks leading by 4. Clarkson outside. Back to Robinson. Pass to Clarkson. Here's Alvarado. No good with the triple. San Antonio's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Here's Castle. Barnes kicks to Harper. Offensive rebound. Here's Cornett. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
OG Anunoby's checked in for the Knicks. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Vassell, he's checked in for Johnson. Pass to Alvarado. Now, here's Bridges. New York moving the ball around. Alvarado finds Bridges. New York, no good that time either. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio, trailing by 2. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You look at San Antonio, they're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs.
And, you know, right now for San Antonio,
they recognize how critical this stretch of the season is. They're in the playoff picture right now, and they are focusing on hitting their stride as we head into the postseason.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. Spurs talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Some say, Clark, the game has lost its physicality, with fewer fouls called on average than in any previous decade.
You know, I don't necessarily fully agree with that, Kevin. Sure, the game is still physical. Some of the hard fouls, and because the game was played closer to the basket in the past, lent itself to more fouls being called and more bumping and thumping. It's more perimeter-oriented now, but I don't know if it's necessarily less physical. And I don't actually mind fewer foul calls. I like the players being able to play and put the ball in the basket as much as possible.
Alvarado passes to Clarkson. 4 on the shot clock. Knocks down the 3 ball. Clarkson's got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. A different look for New York. Towns, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Andrew Shamet comes in for Bridges, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Jordan Clarkson. San Antonio also making some changes. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Luke Cornett. Johnson comes in for Stephon Castle, and it's Fox in for Harper. Shamet finds Anunoby. From deep, Brunson, and the rejection by Wembanyama. Fox. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for San Antonio.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
Tell you what, they have outworked the opposition and have capitalized on the putbacks, bagging their own groceries tonight, boys.
On deep, Brunson. Oh, Brunson, good from range.
We're seeing another decisive performance from Brunson. He's absolutely controlling the pace of this game.
Pass to Fox. Johnson kicks to Fox. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feed. Fox has got the lead up to 3 now for San Antonio. For New York, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Back to Alvarado. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Barnes. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Man, you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Brunson, good.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. And he continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Pass to Wembanyama. Spurs passing it around. Vassell kicks to Barnes. 3-pointer, Fox. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Oh, and he went for the 2-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the 3, and boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
Easy money for Wembanyama.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Buried from outside. I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close.
The previous play is under review.
Going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
It was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
Well, I can't see how they'd come to any other conclusion. I mean, we have a good look at it on the replay. The clock's still ticking when it left his fingertips.
I like how they've been eating the glass. Figuratively, no one should eat glass.
Just barbecue chicken.
This is...
Okay, guys, now let's... That is more than enough of us.
Jalen Brunson has been on display for the Knicks. He's cashed in 9 times from beyond the arc this game. Who knows how many threes he'll wind up with? And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
Jalen Brunson out there with Bridges. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Anunoby in its small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Vassell, no good.
There's some defense for someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is. You need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Hart, that's good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Towns, the bounce pass. Anunoby finds Brunson. And here's Towns. Bridges, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Now it's a 6-point New York lead.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attacks.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Clark, one of the better two-way wings in the NBA, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, he's a versatile defender. Has really improved offensively recently, in my estimation. Was second in Defensive Player of the Year voting one time. And over time, like I said, I think he's really added to and rounded out his offensive game.
Lets it go from deep. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Spurs trail by 6. Fox kicks to Vassell. Fox against Brunson. Pass to Champagnie. Lets it go with a 3. It's good from long range. Champagnie's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Spurs. Brunson outside. Anunoby in the corner. Brunson outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Outside Fox. For the 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Castle. Here's Champagnie. It's Vassell on the wing. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. A shot by Champagnie, no good. The Knicks leading by 3. On deep, Brunson connects again from distance.
He's got his defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Hart outside. Back to Brunson. Now, here's Bridges. 9 points in the game so far.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Robinson's checked in for OG Anunoby. Spurs also with the sub. Barnes, he's checked in for Vassell. And stolen by Castle. Here's Champagnie, defended by Hart. There's the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Champagnie's got 9 points in the quarter.
Defensive mix-up for sure right there. Somehow he was left open.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot. Josh Hart is great at moving off ball, and he said, in today's league, cutting and making a layup is considered boring. Everyone wants ISO. Some of the fundamentals and beauty of the game are lost. For me, it's a feel. If you see the back of your defender's head, try to make a cut, guys.
Thank you, Allie.
Smart bucket by Castle. Get out and run.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. It's a one-point game. Towns the pass to Brunson. Bridges outside. Brunson against Fox. Off target from three-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
They now take the lead. 8 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. In the corner, it's Robinson. Hart outside. On T. Brunson. Good. Another from 3.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's going to go in. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game and both teams putting up points in a hurry. New York ahead, up 2. And we're coming right back after this break. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The Knicks with the lead. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Vassell pairs with Barnes to make up the forward pair. Harper is out there with Fox. And it's Cornette in at the center filling out the middle.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And here's Harper from the arc. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Alvarado. Here's Anunoby. Another 3 for New York.
Well, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Spurs trail by 8. On the wing, Barnes. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Connects from three-point range. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for New York.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lane. That aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
You know, we've got to talk about how they've continued to force turnovers and turn those turnovers into points. They came out aggressive, and they've not let up.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
A different look for New York. Josh Hart comes in for Robinson. And Miles McBride subbed in for Jose Alvarado. Harper, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Here's the 3. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Spurs trail by 14. Champagnie passes to Olynyk. And he banks in the layup.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by the Knicks.
McBride passes to Towns. Here's Champagnie. Fires the 3. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
When this fella starts knocking down threes, watch out, folks. Just pouring it on in this half.
Back to McBride. Hart outside. Fires for 3. McBride's shot is off. San Antonio's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Pass to Champagnie. A putback. Vassell kicks to Fox. Rebounded by Towns. New York leading by 9. Outside, Anunoby. Josh Hart. The 3 doesn't go. The Spurs have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. No good from 3. New York's gone 4 of 7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Down it goes for 3.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
A different look for New York. Mikal Bridges checked in for Clarkson, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Miles McBride. San Antonio also making some changes. Victor Wembanyama comes in for Olynyk, and Castle is subbed in for Harper. And let's go to the sideline. Here's and again for three.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking him down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in the game.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in the game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
Outside Vassell. Castle fires a three-pointer. Good.
That's a confident shot right there by the rookie. Castle wants to keep improving that part of his game.
Now Towns. And stolen by Wembanyama. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Champagnie, defended by Hart. Brunson there for the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it. And the incredible reach of Wembanyama, helping him knock away that one.
8-point game. Brunson connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
In all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with another bomb.
time right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, as long as he keeps knocking them down, he might as well keep going back to the well. No reason to let it run dry. Keep firing that thing.
Jalen Brunson, and again for three.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful three.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And Klay Thompson's mark of 14 is bested. What a shooting display.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They lead by 8. For three, knocks down the three.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And there's the three.
There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. Fox at the 1 with Castle at the 2. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Champagnie at the power forward. Champagnie, the pass to Wembanyama. Here's Champagnie. He's covered by Hart. Back to Wembanyama. Pass to Champagnie. Shot clock at 5. The three-pointer off the mark. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. Well, no surprise, we started chatting about Victor Wembanyama, and I asked what the plan was there, and Coach said with a shrug, stay on him and hope for the best. What can you do? So still no magic answers for how to slow down a unique threat like Wemby on the floor. Back to you, Brian.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Stolen by Anunoby. First quarter, just over a minute played. And that one's good for Brunson.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
Pass to Vassell. Launches the 3. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. New York has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Well, we know he can shoot it, Doris, but Karl Anthony Towns is most effective when he's also working in the paint.
B.A., he has such an effective arsenal offensively that he's most effective when he's getting to each of those aspects. So, you have back-to-the-basket skills, no doubt. If there's a mismatch, go at the mismatch. But he is also so effective as a driver. Straight line, with intent, and efficient off the bounce. He can also hit a mid-range. There is nothing he can't do on the offensive end.
Here's Brunson. The Spurs making their last shot. It's Hart on the wing. New York working the ball around now. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Champagnie. San Antonio has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Wembanyama, pass to Fox. Now Castle. Vassell, right side. The 3 is up. Towns with a rebound.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Outside Brunson. Nails it from beyond the arc. Brunson's got 12 points in the game.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
New York leading by 7. Anunoby finds Bridges. Back to Brunson. Anunoby on the wing. He's guarded by Vassell. Brunson with the bucket.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Robinson, he's checked in for Anunoby. And San Antonio also making a switch. Barnes is checked in. Here's Champagnie. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. And here's Robinson. Pass to Brunson. Jacks up a 3. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Bridges outside. Left side Hart. Nails it from 3.
I just love the ball move.
And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 11-point game. Champagnie, that's good.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Towns. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Back to Hart. Lets the 3 fly. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Castle on the wing. Outside Barnes. Pass to Champagnie. Back to Barnes. Here's Champagnie from behind the arc. Hart with the defensive effort.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Now Brunson takes a three. And again, New York with the triple.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Robinson against Wembanyama. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
It's Bridges on the wing. Pass to Brunson. Three-pointer. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Spurs trail by 15. Here's Champagnie. Knocks it loose. And here's Wembanyama. Fires from deep. He hits that one. 2 for 5 now.
And with this kind of vision, we could see the assist numbers go sky high for Wembanyama.
Champagnie's gone 2 for 5 from three-point range. Hart from long range. And again, New York with the triple.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Back to Barnes. Pass to Champagnie. Takes the three. The shot, no good.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
So on the floor for San Antonio, Castle and Johnson are on the wings. Harrison Barnes out there with Luke Cornett, and it's Harper in at the 1. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Karl Anthony Towns is now familiar with the ethos of this Knicks team. He said they're gritty, they find a way to win, they never quit, bringing that New York mentality every single night. It's something that you recognize when you get to live in that kind of a culture. Back to you.
They are relentless. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. One thing people notice about Dylan Harper, he loves to get going downhill.
Yeah, he delights in bullying his way through a defense, using a blend of speed and size to get to where he wants to go. A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. New York working the ball around now. Off the mark there with a three.
Oh, that is how you deny an open look with some in-your-face defense.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Cornett passes to Johnson. To the left wing. Clock at 6. Knocks down the long J. Harper's got 8 points here in the quarter.
He's finally leaving that dismal first quarter behind him. Took him a while to get going.
For San Antonio, Vassell comes in for Johnson, and De'Aaron Fox is subbed in for Harper. Now here's Alvarado. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Beyond the arc, he's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit. And that's where Castle is most effective, when he's getting downhill and attacking.
Knicks leading by 11. Outside Anunoby. Launches it from deep. And it's Alvarado missing. San Antonio has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. On the wing, Vassell. The three! And San Antonio hits again from deep.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of three-point buckets.
Inside, out to Bridges. Clarkson passes to Alvarado, puts up a three, and Anunoby gets the three. Anunoby's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Castle, Vassell with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Castle for three, sends it home from three-point land.
They're having more success with the three-point shot here in the second quarter as they try to cut into this lead.
Alvarado, pass to Anunoby. Now Alvarado fires the three, and again, New York with the triple. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
You know, BA, the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras could start to help because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Robinson, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Alvarado. San Antonio also making some changes. Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Cornette. And it's Harper in for Castle. Now here's Clarkson. No points so far. Brunson way outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Spurs trail by 8. Fox outside. Pass to Harper. Jacks up a three. He drops it from range. Harper's got 11.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a three at the other end, but it can force you to rush things. It's so sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. On the wing, Clarkson. Back to Brunson. Pass to Towns. Now here's Anunoby. Clarkson for three. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, the one thing about Clarkson, a little bit inconsistent from deep, so that's a welcome sight for his team.
And here's Vassell from the arc. The Knicks pull it in. They led by as many as 18 coming into this, having knocks to win against San Antonio in their last game.
And the way they fought in that fourth quarter was just inspiring. They deserved to win that game based on their fortitude.
Gets a very good look and converts. Vassell's got 9 points now in the quarter.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside Robinson. And here's Brunson from the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
Boy, he's been so efficient in this one. That helps your team in so many ways when you can put it in the basket.
Outside for Wembanyama. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Barnes. San Antonio moving the ball around. Pass to Harper. And it's good for 2. Harper's got 13 now.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Knicks. They lead by 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
You know, I love what they're doing, being patient on offense, getting higher percentage looks, keep feeding the beast.
Yes. And now, how about a peek at the West? Thanks for tuning in.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Jalen Brunson in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
They've got Jalen Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Hart with a screen on Fox. Brunson misses.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Fox. Now Wembanyama. Here's Champagnie. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. To the inside. That one no good. Good D by Wembanyama. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. They trail by 1. And there's a whistle. That goes on Devin Vassell. That's his first foul. Second half getting started. About a minute played. Ooh, Brunson, the sweet lefty stroke.
You can see the work Jalen Brunson has put into his game. Boy, the three-point stroke has really come a long way.
And you look at Brunson, listed at 6'2". You wouldn't think he'd be such a handful inside doors.
Handful might be an understatement, B.A. He is a nightmare, free throw line and down. Why? Because he has moves and then counter moves. His footwork is exceptional, and I don't care what kind of defense you play, the guy will be able to get off a shot, and most often it's going to go in.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Rebounded by Castle.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
And foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Wembanyama finds Castle. Here's Champagnie.
Well, because of his length, quickness, athleticism, this guy is able to smother shots. Excellent defense.
Right side, Brunson. Back to Hart. Takes the three. Good! Another from three.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got two guys on him, he finds a way to get to space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his feel, you name it. And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball." Back to you.
He's taken over. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Wembanyama. Wembanyama with the easy two.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for New York. And San Antonio with a change here too. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Vassell. Brunson passes to Bridges. Here's Towns. Tipped. Here's Brunson outside. And again for three.
And he's now set the team record for most threes in a single game. What a shot he's got.
A lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure the next one's going in.
Showing off the major hop. Wow.
Good. Another from three.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been.
Now it's a four-way tie between himself, Curry, Zach LaVine, and Damian Lillard.
Here's Brunson outside. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds now.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Champagnie shot is off. For New York, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. Hard with it. Fox picks him up. And here's Brunson from the arc.
With great mobility and the 8-foot wingspan. Yes, 8 foot. Wembanyama easily wipes that shot away.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for New York.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now. Boy, his offensive game has changed the tenor of this basketball game.
Pass to Castle. San Antonio moving the ball around. Back to Fox. It's stolen by Hart. Here's Brunson. Take it off in transition. Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Fox against Brunson. Off target with the 3. A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
Pass to Hart. The 3 is up. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Towns has got his 6th assist of the night. 36 seconds left in the third. To the middle. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Robinson with a block.
Rim protection at its finest. Mitchell Robinson, such a presence.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
Pass to Hart. Launches a three. And again, New York with the triple.
And the defense is really up. Allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Barnes passes to Wembanyama. Here's Champagnie. Oh, with the clock running down, he nails a big shot.
Big shot taker, big shot maker.
Woo! That is a way to fire him up, fire up the team. What a tremendous play.
It's been all about Jalen Brunson for New York. He was dominant this quarter, scoring in bunches. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. So on the floor for the Spurs, Luke Cornett out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then there's De'Aaron Fox. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Harper in at the 2.
Ooh, he's been hot from out there, helping to keep them in this game.
And you don't need to tell him that. He's used the three-point shot as his primary weapon today.
And Alvarado gets it to go. And the Knicks lead by 5.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
From deep, Harper. And it's New York with a rebound. They led by as many as 18. Pass to Shannon. The three is up. Knicks keep it alive. Spurs trail by 5. The kick to Olynyk. Here's Harper. Fires from deep. And Anunoby pulls it down. Here's Shamet. Buries it from 3.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
From the arc. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Towns has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Here's Fox. Yes, sir! Fox finishing.
There's some contact there, but Fox just refuses to let that hold him back.
And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul. New York making a switch here. Hart's checked in. Champagnie. He's checked in for San Antonio. Pass to Shamet. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Fox. Spurs trail by 9. From 8 feet. Look at Fox taking on all comers.
Can't lose sight of Fox or allow him to feel comfortable looking to score this close.
And here's Hart. 4-3. And it's Alvarado missing.
We call that lockdown perimeter defense against an excellent three-point shooter.
Pass to Cornett. San Antonio moving the ball around. From deep, Harper. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
Making his mark from long range today. That's his 2nd triple of the half, his 5th overall.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Brunson is checked in for Shamet. San Antonio also making some changes. Victor Wembanyama comes in for Cornett. And Castle subbed in for Harper. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan of his team.
Connects again from from distance.
And of course it falls for him. And that three pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget.
Yeah, matching Clay's 14. One more shouldn't be too much to ask.
Anunoby with it. Castle covering. Now Brunson takes a three. Good! Another from three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
The most triples ever in a game. History being made.
Yeah, making waves and passing the splash brother, Klay Thompson. 15 threes and counting.
Fox on the run. Gets it to go.
Such a terror on the drive. Fox possesses blow-by speed, getting past defenders in a hurry.
Now Towns. Hart buries it from outside.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Wembanyama. Yes, sir! Banking in the layup.
And once he gets deep enough positioning, there's not much you can do to stop Wemby.
Knicks leading by 9. Brunson fires. Hits yet again. Wow!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Here's Castle. Now Vassell for three. It's money from deep.
The response. Devin Vassell saying, I can hit a three too.
Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Fires the three. Great answer from Brunson.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And what an impact he's making from beyond the arc. A big three-pointer to narrow this lead.
That's where the bulk of his offense has come from, and they're going to need a few more than before this one's over.
Bridges, he's checked in for New York. It's stolen by Fox. 3 on 3. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Castle. 1:05 left in the fourth. The three is in.
For a guy who's known for his perimeter shooting, that is a great look.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the New York Knicks. Jacks up a three. Ooh, the shot misses.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Fast break. Here comes New York. And the breakaway jam. A thing of beauty.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
A basket here would give them some breathing room.
Slow down, no need to hurry. Take the best shot available.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now Wembanyama. Vassell! No good from three! And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Karl Anthony Towns. At the line, 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he does get the second one. And that increases the lead to 6. Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
They need to answer fast.
Well, preferably a three, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Cash from downtown.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And that should do it. No miracle comeback tonight, but boy, what a game, fellas.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Mikal Bridges at the line.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 7-point game.
These trips to the foul line are how you protect the lead and grow it. Got to knock these in.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
He drops the first one, and that trims the lead to 6.
At the line.
And both free throws good for Fox. And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game. So it's New York winning this one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum.
RJ will be keeping an eye on the front courts in this one, specifically the matchup at the center position.
Yeah, and let's remember, there were some years where people thought centers were becoming obsolete, and now they might be the most important position in this league.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Fox and Castle are their guards. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie in at power forward. So it's San Antonio now. After Jalen Brunson missing on that last three-pointer. Here's Fox. That one's in, his first shot this game.
This is the thing about Fox. He has the length to do damage on the inside.
And here's Brunson. They'll bring it up for New York. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped the game in this series last year. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Bridges with the steal. Here's Hart, and Hart throws it down.
Love the way Bridges moves that ball around. It always comes out of his hands crisp, on time, and on target.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Earlier I spoke with Mike Brown. Wemby came up, and Coach emphasized the importance of taking a charge and digging in when his players can. He said Wemby is counting on you to be movable. If your feet are set, you may alter his course. Don't change yours. If they can stand up to this tall task, they might just curb Wemby's advantage out there. Back to you guys.
Allie, thank you so much. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Pass to Castle. Shot to stop the run. Drops in the tray.
And you can tell Castle loves the challenge, right? Accepts it there, and this time knocks it down from beyond the arc.
And truly, RJ, some luck for the Spurs in recent drafts.
Yeah, they've jumped into the top 4 in 3 straight lotteries, and with 2 straight Rookie of the Years, they've done a good job with those picks.
And it's Brunson missing. The Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Back to Vassell. Knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anunoby. All right, a chance to check out stats for OG Anunoby. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Brunson has it in the corner. Brunson with another miss.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And the basket by Castle.
Castle so good up and down the lane.
And here's Brunson. They'll bring it up for New York. Hart outside. Pass to Brunson. The 3 ball. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And the basket by Vassell.
More comfortable in these moments. Vassell wants the ball as much as possible.
For 3, Bridges. That falls. Nice speed that time from Brunson.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. Spurs also at the sub. Barnes, he's checked in for Vassell. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Castle finds Barnes. Spurs passing it around. Now, here's Fox. Here's Champagnie. Drains the three-pointer.
With the multi-skilled guard like Fox, you love seeing him spread the ball around.
Now, Brunson. He has 6. Pass to Robinson. Here's Hart. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Punch, counter. Punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
You have to think at this point the winner will be the one to settle in on defense.
The competitive spirit of Brunson shining through. He just had to answer that last shot.
Nobody near Barnes. A three-pointer, no good.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And here's Brunson outside.
And the wingspan of Wembanyama, massive. He's fantastic at using it to erase shots.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
All right, a chance to look at numbers for Karl Anthony Towns. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 15 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
He's someone you can rely on to bring it on a nightly basis. When they need a basket, he's the guy they turn to.
Brunson kicks to Bridges, launches it, and there's Brunson. That's good on the assist for Bridges. Bridges got his 3rd assist on the night. On the wing, Barnes. Pass to Champagnie. San Antonio again missing. This one for 3. Hart, that's good. Hart's got 8.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
And that one's good, Champagnie.
3-point goal.
New York leading by 7. Hart outside. On deep, Brunson, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up big.
Shot by Champagnie, no good. Bridges passes to Robinson. And stolen by Wembanyama. Jalen Brunson has been on display for the Knicks. They kept going to him again and again. And he delivered with a monster quarter. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Knicks.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Sharing the perimeter spots, it's Clarkson and Bridges. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Jose Alvarado. And it's Diawara in at the 4-man position. They're the group New York will start the second with. Bridges against Johnson. Bridges dishes to Robinson. Pass to Alvarado. Clarkson outside. Here's Diawara. The three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Kick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. Guys, back to you.
Oh, yeah, he can knock them down. Thanks a lot, Allie. Castle with it. He's covered by Clarkson.
Now that's how you finish with authority. Show him how it's done, young fella. Stephon Castle is a problem.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The Knicks making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. Vassell, he's checked in for the Spurs. Bridges for three. And it's Harper with the rebound.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
First team foul.
Three-pointer. Harper's shot's good. Harper's got 5 points now in the quarter.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Alvarado passes to Clarkson. Bridges for three. Nailed from three-point land. Bridges got 6. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull-up, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill. And then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And here's Harper from the arc. The Knicks pull it in. Anunoby kicks to Clarkson. Pass to Bridges. New York moving it around. Here's Alvarado. Got a hand on it.
The defensive instincts on full display. Vassell using his length to reject the shot.
And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And the three ball is good.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And here's Harper from the arc. Drills the three-pointer. Harper's got 8 points in the quarter.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Pass to Clarkson. Anunoby outside. Back to Alvarado. The three. Hits the three-point bomb. 9 points in the game so far.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
A different look for New York. Towns, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Landry Shamet comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Jose Alvarado. San Antonio also making some changes. Wembanyama comes in for Luke Cornett. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Stephon Castle. And here's Brunson outside. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now here's Towns. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Clarkson outside. Towns at the elbow. Brunson with it. He's picked up by Harper. The shot's good from Brunson.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Harper, no good.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Anunoby kicks to Clarkson. Shoots the three. And it's Brunson missing.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough three.
Wembanyama passes to Vassell. Harper dishes to Fox. And here's Vassell from the arc. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Brunson right side. Buries it from three-point range. Brunson's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
And here's Vassell from the arc. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence. Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good, Barnes.
And that's confidence right there. Barnes wasting no time firing away.
Brunson scanning the floor. Lets the 3 fly, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
New York foul. Jordan Clarkson. First personal foul. Second team.
From outside. It's rebounded by New York. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And how they were able to come back in the fourth quarter of that game. Being down as much as they were made it a really special win.
And so it's the New York Knicks riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a...
They're getting lit up. Not staying connected to the shooters, allowing too many good looks.
Yeah, and defense.
And now as the... Thanks for joining us.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Getting underway now in the second half, and here's the 5 for Mitch Johnson. Filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. Good, another from 3.
He's got his defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. New York moving the ball around. Bridges passes to Anunoby. And here's Brunson, and again for 3.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's going to go in. De'Aaron Fox, RJ, isn't the only member of his family that can shoot the ball. His wife's pretty good, too. Connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in a game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
Takes a 3, and again for 3.
There it is, a shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg, he's now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
In all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him.
From deep, Brunson. Good, another from 3.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful 3.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And Klay Thompson's mark of 14 is bested. What a shooting display.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
From outside the arc, Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
The Knicks have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Anunoby in the corner. Brunson outside. And good! There's another.
My goodness. 50. for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Champagnie, good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 6 assists now in the game. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. On the wing, Bridges. From deep, Brunson. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Beyond the arc. Vassell, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
The Spurs have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks. Commissioner Silver talked about health, and he said that some of the injuries that our young players are experiencing are overuse injuries. In earlier eras, players in school participated in different sports depending on the season. He said perhaps a return to that approach is warranted. Guys?
Interesting thought. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Bridges double team. Hart kicks to Anunoby. And here's Brunson outside. The Spurs have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. They get it back. Here's Wembanyama. Makes it off the glass. Wembanyama has got 4 points in the quarter.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for OG Anunoby. Spurs also with the sub. Barnes is checked in. Castle with it. Bridges covering. Robinson with the block. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. .131 left to play in the third. Here's Champagnie. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Champagnie's got 15 points in just the second half. Got a piece of it. And Fox with a clear path to the basket. And it's Fox with the jam.
When Fox gets it on the break, look, it is a wrap. He might be the fastest guy in the league.
The Knicks leading by 16. From deep, Brunson. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Champagnie passes to Fox. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Pass to Champagnie. Latre. It's rebounded by Brunson.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball on the three-point line.
The kick out to Towns. Shot clock at 6. And here's Brunson. Fires from deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Brunson's got 55.
I mean, no comment, but this is just unreal.
Hits it from three-point range.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Brunson's got 57 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling. And
Jalen Brunson has been on display for the Knicks. A sensational night for him continues as he cranks his three-point made total even higher on what has been a historic night for him. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on a record-setting night.
And a three-point barrage, the likes of which we've never seen. This man is etching his name in the history books.
They've got Jordan Clarkson. Towns is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Alvarado in at the point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luke Cornett. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Spurs on defense. Down by 15. Clarkson outside. Anunoby has the open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You have to stay connected to Anunoby out on the perimeter. Can't give him any daylight. And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
New York leading by 16. Pass to Alvarado. Now Robinson. Here's Anunoby. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And that's now 9 points for OG Anunoby. For 3, Vassell, no good.
And they only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Clarkson for 3. Vassell grabs the board. Spurs trail by 19. Pass to Cornette. Harper wide open. Good on the triple.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Back to Anunoby. Towns in the corner. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Towns has got his first 3 points of the game. And so Fox will bring it up for the Spurs. And stolen by Anunoby. Goes up, and Anunoby slams it in.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
Barnes outside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anunoby.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Josh Hart comes in for Mitchell Robinson. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Clarkson. Here's Anunoby. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Harper's shot is good.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Alvarado passes to Hart. Here's Anunoby. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Fox passes to Hart. And the Spurs another 3.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And there's a whistle that goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. Bridges, he's checked in for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Jose Alvarado. The Spurs also changing it up. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Olynyk. And Stephon Castle subbed in for Harper.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Brunson outside. Towns a screen on Fox. No good from 18.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
Here's Champagnie. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And here's Brunson. Hart outside. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from outside. And the Knicks lead by 19.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Well, we've got a moment here. Let's present our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Spurs trail by 21. Spurs working the ball around now. Vassell, no good.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jalen Brunson.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Champagnie, good, and a nice assist from Fox. Champagnie's got 33.
Do not discount how much Fox's playmaking means to this team. He is the floor general.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. And again!
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game.
114-92. The offensive foul is charged to De'Aaron Fox.
19 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
Wembanyama against Brunson. Fires from way outside. And another three for New York.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they